Jilla the H+III+T to boot that dang on time. Shout out to the long sock gang. I'm actually not wearing socks at the moment, but that is neither here nor there. I apologize for there not being a Knicks video yesterday. The kid has some stuff to handle, but the situation has indeed handled itself, so I am able to continue in my daily, whatever you want to call this gosh dang. So my bad for not having a Wednesday video. Y'all just gonna get it on Thursday night, or maybe Friday morning, because YouTube is just... Oh, YouTube is so freaking oversaturated right now. It might take me a year to upload this video, but that's neither here nor there. Today we are continuing the conversation that we started on Monday about double standards when it comes to the New York Knicks. Gosh dang it. Instead of me having a script, I just kind of wanted to do this off the top of my head, which is how I do all of my videos, but this one specifically kind of relies on certain points, and even though this isn't a live stream, I want to do this in a more casual format, and if you can think of a couple things, feel free to leave them down below. I won't see it, but just to join in the conversation, gosh dang it, go ahead and leave your shenanigans down below. We're just going to run up and down of all the double standards that apply to the New York Knicks. Let's start with Dennis Smith Jr. And if you don't know what double standard means, it's going to make sense as soon as I get into this video. But let's start with Dennis Smith Jr., right? We get laughed out the paint for drafting Frank Ntilikina. LeBron James on the Cavs tries to kill Frank on a few occasions, gosh dang it. And I'm not just talking like subtweets and little shots on Instagram. When that man had the infamous Enes Kanter moment where Bron wouldn't move because he's a bum and he's a freaking dork, and Frankie had to shove that man out the way, but Bron was trying to be a bully, and Enes Kanter had to come up and get in his face, and Courtney Lee had to break them dudes up. When people were literally destroying us for drafting Frank Ntilikina, which is probably warranted. I mean, we didn't know that at the time, gosh dang it, but which is warranted slander because he's trash. I don't care what he's doing for the... And let me just have a quick side rant, just real quick. That man in the French, whatever you want to call it, basketball, whatever FIBA thing's going on right now, all he's doing is playing above average defense, which I will say for Frank is a big deal, even though he's playing against foreign players. No offense to foreign players, but you know what it is when you come to the NBA. He is playing above average defense. I've seen the clips, but making a couple of passes to basically NBA talent, I'm not going to pat him on the back for that. Oh, shout out to you. You threw a lob to Rudy Gobert. Wow. One of the top 3 centers in the... You're so... That's not here or there. But when the world was destroying us for drafting Frank Ntilikina, and everybody said we need to get Dennis Smith Jr., we should have drafted Dennis Smith Jr. How could we be so stupid as to not get Dennis Smith Jr.? Everybody thought we were going to get him. That was going to be the Derrick Rose replacement. How could you not get Dennis Smith Jr.? You got Frank Ntilikina. Look at how great the Mavericks are. Then they added Luka, and they said, okay, they got to find a way to make this work because they have such amazing young talent like a Dennis Smith Jr. Why is it that when he actually comes to the Knicks, now he's trash? I want you to think about that for a second. Think about every time you've tried to have an argument or a debate with one of your friends or something like that, and you bring up Dennis Smith Jr. and they just wave you off. Why is it that we're trash for not drafting him, but when we finally acquire him, that's not a valid point. Like that's no longer valid. He's just trash now. He's just some young kid. He's not legitimate talent. But when we didn't draft him, he's this amazing... You feel me? Double standards. When they come to the Knicks, all of a sudden, it's just trash can city. When you have conversations about the Portland Trail Blazers and all the moves that they made over the summer, the Whiteside thing is very slept on, but we can start there if you want. If we would have gave Whiteside a max contract, they would have laughed us out the building like we gave it to Dwight Howard or something like that. But the second that he goes over to someone else's team, oh, all of a sudden they're freaking contenders. We sent, well, we didn't send him, but Mario Hezonja went over to the Trail Blazers. And that is seen as such a deep pickup, such a magical pickup that's going to make the difference for the team. But when he's been on the Knicks for the last year, last 3 games, Mans is getting a triple-double playing the point guard. But when he's with us, it's trash. Noah Vonleh on the... Where did Vonleh go? Did he go to the Timberwolves or something? I think he went to the Timberwolves. I can't remember. When Noah Vonleh goes to a different team, it's an amazing pickup. When he comes to us, we're struggling. Luke Kornet on the Bulls is a great step in the right direction for a young team ascending. But when he's with us, he's G League trash. When Ron Baker went to the Wizards, people are saying, ah, gaga, looky what we got here. But when he's with us, he's trash. Do you see the big freaking deal the 76ers are making about getting Trey Burke? Making the Allen Iverson comparisons again? AI sent him some shoes. They're making this big freaking deal about how amazing and how slept on Trey Burke is. But when he is with us, he's trash. And it's all because of the Knicks. People don't want to give us nothing. And it's been like this forever. Just these nasty, filthy double standards. When KP got hurt, outside of us as Knicks fans, the vast majority of the world was looking at us like, wow, y'all are trash. Your star has gone down. He's never going to be the same. Your organization is terrible. This man has not played a single game for the Mavericks. We don't even know if he's going to play next year. All of a sudden, his allegations are just gone. But I think that has to do with something else, but y'all ain't ready for that. All of a sudden, the addition of Kristaps Porzingis to a team that basically gave up everything they had for him. Oh, that's such a great pickup. That's such a great pickup. Whenever you try to say the Nets are going to be trash because KD's not even going to play and Kyrie Irving is just going to get hurt. Oh, but they got DeAndre Jordan. Oh, so when he's on the Nets, that's a good pickup. But when he was with us, trash. Wesley Matthews. People laughed us out the paint and said, oh, wow, Wesley Matthews? But when he goes to the Pacers, all of a sudden that's a great pickup. And if you don't like the idea that I'm naming contenders, then we'll talk about other trash can organizations if you wish. Lakers give up on Julius Randle. That man goes over to the Pelicans. Another trash organization. I don't care what David Griffin is going to try to feed to you. They are a trash organization. There's a reason why Anthony Davis wanted to leave. Julius Randle's over there. It's this amazing pickup. He has his best season ever. He comes to the Knicks, and we're imbeciles. We're just throwing money away on things that don't matter. It's some nasty double standards out here, y'all. Same thing with Elfrid Payton. Elfrid Payton is a walking triple-double. Elfrid Payton is what Frank Ntilikina is supposed to be right now. We're going to get into that at a later date, but not today. But the second we end up with him, trash. If Oladipo went from the Thunder to us and had the same kind of season, obviously we would have hyped him up because New York. But other people would look at us like, wow, you really got trash for the Melo thing, didn't you? When Enes Kanter comes to the Knicks, and we are in the position to make the playoffs, which not last year, but the year before that, with Hardaway's injury and KP's injury, before all that, the Knicks were looking pretty good in the Eastern Conference. We were like the 4th seed, and we were thin to make the playoffs. But all anybody says is, oh, Enes Kanter's a black hole, Enes Kanter's trash, all this off-the-court shenanigans. But the second he goes to the Trailblazers, oh, what a great pickup at Enes Kanter. I'm going to take it somewhere that I don't think a lot of people are going to be happy with, but I'm going to do it. Another trash organization that is arguably worse off than us is the Chicago Bulls. But do you hear half? I mean, literally, do you hear half of the trash talk that we get that applies to them? They are just as bad. Their core is just as young. I happen to think our young core is better than theirs. And not just because New York hype, our team is better than theirs. Sorry, I'm not that impressed with Lauri Markkanen. Chris Dunn is a bust. Like, you feel me? And Levine is one ACL tear from joining Maroon 5. Like, you feel me? Like, that's cute what they got going on over there. But nobody roasts them for their freaking players' meetings when they're tanking. Nobody killed them for signing Jabari Parker on his last knee cartilage. But God help us if we get Derrick Rose. Another wonderful example. Derrick Rose, 3 years at this point, removed from playing with us. So he's like 31 now with a new neck tattoo. Derrick Rose on the Pistons is considered a super team, and they are a slept-on team in the East. You are telling me a recycled, this isn't prime, this is a recycled Blake Griffin. He's traded dunks for a decent mid-range jumper if he's open. You're telling me Blake Griffin in 2020, Andre Drummond with shaved shoulders in 2020, and a 2020 Derrick Rose is more respected than KP, Melo, Joakim, Derrick, and Brandon Jennings and Courtney Lee. You'll take that over what we had 3 years prior. It's such a nasty double standard. Derrick goes to the Pistons. Oh my God, what a good pickup. You need to watch out for that team. But when he was on our team, and we still had some years left. If you want to do comparisons, I mean, it's practically the same team, talent level. But we got laughed out the paint. But the Pistons this year are like, oh my God, what a great pickup. It's nasty New York double standards. People are saying that the Atlanta Hawks this year are going to run the gauntlet. The Atlanta Hawks are going to make the playoffs because they have Trae Young, Jabari Parker, and some kids I've never heard of, and Cam Reddish. But you're telling me Vegas says we're only going to win like 22 games. But the Hawks, but the Hawks are going to make the playoffs, but not us. Okay. Is there even a deep dive needed on that one? Just the blatant hate that we receive, just the blatant bashings that we receive. Some nasty double standards. I think the only thing they've been fair on is the general treatment of Carmelo. But other than that, I just think it's really, really nasty how the Knicks have made moves to make legitimate improvement, and people just laugh it off like we're just going to be trash again. This week was all about just double standards and just how people aren't treating us fairly in comparison to other teams in the league. Do I think it's some deeper, darker criminal link of there's some vendetta against the Knicks? I don't know. I just need people to understand, and I need you to understand that unlike in years past where we can't really defend our team, this is one of the few summers where you can actually go out there and have discussions with these bandwagon Warriors, where do the Warriors fans go with these bandwagon organizations and their fans? And you put them in their place. If we would have signed DeMarcus Cousins, they would have killed us. But when the Lakers do it, oh, that's another super team. If we gave up our entire team for Anthony Davis, they would have killed us. But when the Lakers do it, another dysfunctional organization, super team, championship, rah, who cares how it works out, right? And what I say for last is the most glaring example. The Nets get Kevin Durant. There are reports right now from the Nets media. This is like again, we got to share. So you feel me? Ian Bailey going to talk about that too. But the Nets media, which is technically ours, but the Nets media, the Nets blogs are saying there's allegations from surgeons that Kevin Durant might not be the same player. If we gave Kevin Durant the bag after the injury he just had, they would have destroyed us. If all we had was Kyrie Irving and the kids, and we didn't get Julius Randle, we didn't get Bobby Portis, we didn't get Marcus Morris, they would have killed us. But when the Nets do it, oh, Nets, oh, such a great organization, oh. So you're telling me when Marcus Morris gives the middle finger to the San Antonio Spurs and picks us, all of a sudden he's now trash? When y'all wanted him on the Spurs, but now that he's a Knick, he has no value. Because Knicks, we're going to put an end to all that this year, but that's not here nor there. Like, comment, subscribe, H+III+T. The Triple OG putting as much work as me. Do me a favor, point them out. Leave down below some other examples of double standards that only seem to apply to the Knicks. Leave them down below, because we could do this all day. This has been another Wednesday video, even though it is Thursday or Friday morning, all depending on when this goes up. And I will see you guys on Monday to have... What should we talk about on Monday? Do we want to talk about Dennis Smith Jr.'s jump shot? Or should we talk about R.J. Barrett and Randall not going to Team USA? I guess you'll just have to find out. See y'all later.